Okay, so I'm gonna tell my story like from the beginning till now. Um, when I first found my lump, I was in the tub cleaning my nipple rings, something I've done every day. And one day there was no lump there. The next day it was there. I went to the emergency room and the doctor told me that I needed to see a specialist, but she felt like it wasn't cancer. So I went to see a few specialists and then I finally seen the cancer doctor, the surgeon that did my biopsy. Mind you, all this is going on while COVID is active. So I'm going to all these appointments by myself, not knowing what the outcome was going to be. So I went into her office and she did a biopsy. 3 days later, I got a phone call. She says, Mrs. Diaz Myers, I need to let you know that your biopsy came back as cancer. She asked me, was I okay? And I'm like, I have no choice but to be. You just said it to me so easily as if it was just an everyday topic. So then I go to the appointment a few days later with her, and she gives me all the paperwork and explains it to me nonchalant, not really going into detail or anything. But she tells me that I have triple negative invasive ductal carcinoma. I asked her what that meant, and she said the triple negative means that it feeds off of itself and it's growing at a rapid rate. They say that my cancer grows at a 9 out of 9. I went from it being the size of a golf ball when I found it to the size of like about a baseball by the time I started chemotherapy. So after I leave her office, she tells me that I'm going to see a new doctor, the oncologist that's going to do my chemo and everything. I was going through another biopsy on the left side. Luckily, it came back that it wasn't cancerous. I went through so much radiation, so much different tests like that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And all of this you have to do alone because of COVID. So my first chemotherapy, I was so scared. I had to go in there alone. I ended up leaving, telling them that I didn't want to fight it. I didn't want to be in there alone. I got home and I called my daughter Tanika and told her that I wasn't going to fight it. And she told me that it was my choice and they support whatever I do. But I have to think about the kids that still need me. So I went back. I ended up doing the chemotherapy on my own. This was right before Christmas. I've done another round of chemotherapy and it's taking so much of a toll on me. I notice how much more sickly I look, how much it hurts to move, how much it hurts to even get out of bed. I hate the fact that I have to have somebody help me use the bathroom, help me get to the bathroom, help me take a bath, help me do everything that I'm used to doing on my own. So, as crazy as it sounds, everything that I've been through let me know that God listens. When you talk to Him, He listens. Because I used to pray during times that I was in a deep depression before I found out I had cancer. I used to pray, and I used to pray that God, like, please, God, just take me. I can't do it no more. This is too much. You said you would never give me more than I can handle. And I used to pray this all the time before. So when I found out I had cancer, I was like, He was listening. And He's helping me. That if I wanted out, this was my way out. Because they told me that if I didn't fight, that I would have between 3 and 9 months to live if I didn't fight and do all the treatment. So I felt like that was God's way of telling me, if this is what you really want, it's here. But then I realized it's not what I want. I have grandkids that need me. I still have a son that's only 17. I want to see so much more of my grandkids' lives. So I chose to fight. So now I pray every day just to get me through. Get me through this day. Get me through the next day. Get me through this week. Get me through this month. Get me to see my son graduate. Just get me as far as you can get me. And I will fight to get that far. But it's so hard doing it in Vegas without a support system other than my kids. So I'm trying to move to where my mom is in Yuma. But it's not cheap. I'm not working. I'm on a fixed income. My rent is more than my Social Security. The only thing that's keeping a roof over my head and utilities on is the fact that they can't cut it off. And the fact that when they decide to cut everything off, hopefully I won't be here. I won't be in this house. Hopefully I'm able to move. I've started buying boxes and stuff to start packing up our house. Started getting things that we need. I just keep praying that I will get there. There's times at night when I feel like if I fall asleep, I'm never gonna wake up. So I stay up all night. Then there's times that I stay awake for so long, I don't even be knowing that I fell asleep. So it'd be like I feel like I just lost time, like I don't know where the time went. I'm scared. It's hard. I hate the feeling of being alone. I don't look like me no more. I lost teeth. My face is getting swollen. Like I can't even eat because I'm so nauseous. So I don't even understand how I'm putting on weight because I'm not eating, I'm just drinking water. This don't feel like me. I don't look like me. I don't feel like me. So I said all this to really tell women, check your breast daily. Not even by the month, because I was getting mammograms when I was supposed to. I was doing my checks like I'm supposed to on my own. I was doing the checks with the doctors. I found this on my own. It wasn't there one day, and the next day it was. You have to check. You know your body better than anybody else. So check. I pray to God nobody ever has to go through this. I love you all. God bless.